What's up to all those alone in the zone? It's the hero like Peter Parker, but instead of webs, I use markers. John Eli Lopez on a mission to get you one step closer to being the king or the queen of the pencil. And today, I'll be showing you guys a freestyle using no pencil or eraser, only a Sharpie marker. And this exercise is just to show you guys a technique that forces you to be deliberate with your lines and accept what you put on the paper and make it work. This is something I've been seeing in my head, and I'm going to give you guys a quick heads up. It's a woman with looking at some creature over her shoulder in a city scene. And that's what I'm going to go for. Okay, so let's get started. First starting with her nose there. I'm getting her eye in. I thought that was the best way to go. And if you see, I'm just adding little dots there where her next eye would be. I'm using the Sharpie kind of like a pencil where I'm trying not to go too dark unless I'm confident first. So even though it is a marker, you can still kind of lay it out. Even though the lines would still be there, you can still utilize them for something else. So I'm kind of adding where I want her top supposed to be. I waited before I got the face, before I added the top of the hair. Now I'm kind of confident where I want to put the other eye in, making an outline for where I want the shadow. And with this technique, even if you make mistakes, you can thicken lines, create shadows with them. So there's ways to correct something you don't like or change it, but you are stuck with what you put on the paper. This builds confidence in your drawing skills because you cannot erase. You have to convert whatever you did into something else. So I'm just adding little shadows there under her hair. Kind of like how I did the shadow on her face. That's what I'm just running with now. And all my shadows is going to be kind of in that style. That kind of straight edge shadow style. So now I'm kind of figuring out how I want to separate her hair. So you see the first couple of locks, I'm, making sure they're visually seen. And then I'm going to the back. I'm still working out in my head, what am I going to do in the middle there? And in the middle there, they don't have to be, it could be bunched up. So that's what I decided to go with, where it's not, all so individualized where you could count each of them out. So once I'm happy with that, now I'm just thickening the shadows of the locks there and kind of, adding a larger shadow in the back. The hair on top, the shadow. Now I'm getting in the eyebrows. There we go. Some hints of, just gonna add a hint there at the bottom. This is the end of the sketch pad. The bottom. Just a hint of her breast area. Some more little lines on the hair. And there she goes. And actually, I wanted her looking more to the right, but I'm kind of stuck with it now. So I wanted her looking at whatever creature I did decide to put on her side, but she's looking away from it. So that's just going to have to work. And I decided to go with some kind of dragon snake going. But if you see, I'm adding little lines there first, kind of figuring out how I want to put this creature there. And the more I am happy with each individual piece, now I'm going back and just getting the lines thicker. But even if I didn't like it, I still was stuck with the overall design of this thing. So now I'm putting the scales in, and I'm making sure the ones that are in the front are much more detailed than those that's going to be further away from the viewer's point. So the forefront ones get the most attention. And if you see, I'm starting to put the ones in the head here, and I'm trying my best to follow the flow of his body. So if you watch, the directions of the scales are following the shape of his body. So as I get the teeth in there, I was thinking about having the tongue hanging out, but I already did his jaw, so I'm stuck with it. So I'm just have to make that work. And that's the challenge of this and the excitement of it. You don't know what you're going to really get at the end. You can have it in your head, but, as you start, going with the marker, you're just kind of flowing, and mistakes, you're just changing them into, something else. So I'm just getting the city scene here, and this is how we go. We're just going to darken them in. And at this point is where I am wondering, is my Sharpie going to make it to the end? And actually, like how I said I wanted her to be looking at the creature in my head, I could have just left it as this, and told you guys this is the way it came out and blah blah blah. But I wanted you guys to see that I had something in my head. It didn't go exactly how I wanted it in my head, but I think it still works. Now it adds more of a mystery actually to me, to this overall piece, because is this thing a friend or foe? Because it's on the side of her. It looks like it might be attacking her, but then it kind of looked like she's focused on something off screen. And that just adds to the overall mystery of this whole piece. As you see, the Sharpie, I could actually grab another one, but I was kind of fearing that it might just be a different tone, and I said, let me just work with the one Sharpie I started with, and maybe it might just make it to the end. And as you see, I'm getting to the last bottom part of the city scene in the back. I'm getting some moonlight in there, shrouded by clouds. And I wanted my light angle to be coming exactly from where the moonlight is. And about this time, I'm putting the snake eye, tightening that up. Decided I wanted to add just a hint of some windows back there. I'm back with the softer tip color pencil. And you don't want to overdo it with this type of thing. You just add a few, some lights are on, some are off. And there we go. I added some shadow on his underbelly and some shadows on the scales to show just a little more emphasis on the direction of the moonlight. And the Sharpie is on its way out. Some little shadows under the clouds here. And yes, you guys can definitely try this exercise. Get an idea in your head, map it out how you want to do it, and just take a marker and go for it. No erasers, no pencils, and make it what the great Bob Ross used to say, a happy accident. All right, and there you have it. We are done. I hope you guys got some value from this video. If you did, attack that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. Any feedback is appreciated. So until next time, John Eli Lopez signing out. Y'all be good and be safe.